Good morning. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to Saturday, August the 15th. We're at the weekend once again. Just like I'm happy this weekend, prior to recording this video, my favorite driver, as you can see on my shirt, NASCAR Cup driver, won 2 races this weekend. So welcome to the following weekend. We're supposed to be having a road course race this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. We were supposed to be going to, the Cup teams are supposed to be going to Watkins Glen this weekend. But the rules for this crisis that we're in right now, the racetrack, the raceway is not up to par yet, so they couldn't let us race. But they made a substitution, and instead of going to Watkins Glen road course, Daytona has set up their road course that they run the Rolex 24 every beginning of the year before NASCAR even gets started. They do a road course race called the Rolex 24, where they run 24-hour, where they have multiple teams have multiple drivers to take up the drivers in that race for just so long. They'll get out and let somebody else run it for a little while, and they'll just keep running and running and running, and then finally when the 24-hour is up, whoever is, and they've got 3 or 4 divisions that run, so whoever's in the lead of every division will win their class, and then whoever is the overall leader of the 4 classes, whoever is the leader in all 4, like it is with the playoffs, who's ever ahead of the 4, like in the playoffs, in the final 4, if the person in first in the final 4 is in front of the other 3 and doesn't win, will still win the championship. And most of the time they have to win the race to lock it in. But I've yet to see to actually have somebody win the championship and have somebody else win the race. So the one that's leading the 4 will win the championship, but then have somebody else win the other 3 win the race. Because if you win the race, you automatically are the champion. So, but in the Rolex 24, they do that. The one that's has the best time, I guess, the best overall time of all the different classes will be the Rolex 24 champion for the year. So a few NASCAR drivers have run that race, but they're gonna open that. They're gonna set that road course up like they do with the Rolex 24. They've added a few extra turns other than the 24 does. They added a few different, just to throw it off a little bit from the 24, just to add a little difference. But that's what they're gonna do this weekend. As you're seeing this video, that's what they're doing this weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing Cup cars run the Daytona road course, which some drivers have done the road course. Because back a few years back when they used to do the IROC, if you know what I'm talking about, the IROC races where they pull in the biggest, some of the champions of different racing leagues. They'd pull them all in. They would put the invite to a lot of drivers out of different, like NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar, um, the different racing leagues, they pull all their top tier talent in and call it the International Race of Champions, IROC, IROC. And then they would run a bunch of they would do a bunch of the tracks that the NASCAR would run. They'd set up a certain, and Daytona Road Course was one of them. And I know one year that they did it. It was doing it one year, and my driver Kevin Harvick, who won last weekend, he ran that little short pack of races, and they gave you points for it too, for winning. You got so many points for winning, so many points for second place, third place, and like they do in other sports, the racing leagues. And after all the races were done, he won outright championship of that little league of the IROC races. He was the champion of that year. They don't do it no more, but they need to start doing it again, because hey, that was pretty fun. But I'm gonna stop rambling about that and getting on to the subject that I was here for. I've been rambling for about 6 minutes, wasting time. But I hope you understand my aspect, what I was trying to get at. But give me a couple more minutes and I'll have this thing done. So I usually about 10-15 minute videos, 10 to 15, somewhere in there, of each passage. But today we're going to be talking about the scattering hammer. We're going to be starting with Jeremiah 23 verse 29, which says, I hope everyone before I get to that verse, I just want to make a mention. Hope everyone had a great week, and I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you're going to have a good weekend if you're seeing it. Hope everyone, I forgot to tell people to have a good rest of your Friday. Hope everyone had a great Friday yesterday, and hope everyone has a good weekend to begin with. So if I forget to say it, I've already said it. So it says, Is not my word like a fire? Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Good question. Good question. So one of the most picturesque of the figures used to describe the Holy Scripture is that of the hammer striking and shattering a rock. And in this text, however, the rock is literally a mighty rock mountain. Ooh. And furthermore, the effect of the hammer is to break in pieces. And this phrase actually is a single Hebrew word that normally means disperse or scatter abroad, and usually used in describing the worldwide dispersion of the children of Israel. So it was used even earlier for the first dispersion of Babel. Genesis 11:8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from this upon the face of all the earth. So perhaps most significantly of all, it is used in the prophecy of Zechariah 13:7. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. Okay. I see that one. So this verse was quoted by the Lord Jesus just after the Last Supper and applied it to himself. Matthew 26:31. All ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I know it was a quick pause just for you, but it was itchies. Had last 3 or 4 passages that I've done hadn't bothered me. Now they're starting to bother me. Oh boy. You know how, if you heard some of my videos, I talk about these little twinges that I get along my face and stuff. I call them the itchies. Today's verse that we read above, that we read at the beginning, is inserted into the midst of a stinging rebuke by Jeremiah of Israel's false prophets, contrasting their lies with the mighty power of God's true word. And perhaps it is also a parable of the living word, who is also the great rock of ages, as well as a loving shepherd. So when the rock was shattered, the living stones were rejected from the rock, and the sheep that were scattered from the shepherd became the spreading fire of the written word. And Acts 8:4, to finish it up. Hang on, just let me get my camera and go back up. And so they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. And that's what he meant. To scatter people, to smite the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. So what they're trying to say is, what I'm getting at, what I'm myself's getting at, is he was saying to smite the shepherd, the sheep will scatter, right? But what he means is that he was smiting the shepherd to make the sheep scatter, so the sheep could go forth into the world and preach the gospel and preach the truths. Like I said in the previous videos that I've done, sitting here today. As you see in this, it's still Sunday evening. If you're seeing this, it's a Sunday evening. I'm recording this, so as I'm recording it. But you see everything, to preach everything in this Bible. Share it with others, that they may too learn what this thing is all about. What this book says, and the rules that they must learn. Because the word Bible are the basic instructions. B-I-B-L-E. Basic instructions before leaving earth. So the basic instruction. This is our instruction manual to follow, to learn how to live a life for Him before He's ready to fix the world. If you catch my drift. So that's all for today's passage. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a great rest of your Saturday and a great rest of your weekend. I'll be back. I'll be next few days. I'll be getting to the next set of videos for tomorrow's video. I'll start the next run for starting tomorrow's video. But here's a preview for tomorrow's video. For Sunday, August the 16th, I'm going to be talking about inheritance in our Father's house. And we're going to be reading Genesis 31, verse 14. Let's start off with. So I hope you enjoyed it for today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'm still beaming for joy for as of recording this video of this weekend, August 7th and August 8th. 2 wins for my favorite driver, Kevin Harvick. So, big shout out to all the Harvick fans out there. If you see this on Facebook, big shout out last weekend. We had fun. We're hoping to do it again this weekend too. We hope to win that road course. But right now, and if I seen the winner the all time wins list. Yesterday he won, or as of recording this video, yesterday he won, and he tied Lee Petty at 54. And if somebody shared the list, and if I'm seeing right, I think one more he would have been. Oh, wait a minute. He's all alone right now at 55. 55, baby. 55 all-time wins. And if he wins one more, then he will join Rusty Wallace. He will tie Rusty Wallace's all-time wins, or career wins. And then, wait a minute. I think he already has tied Rusty, if I'm thinking right. Or did he have 56? That's right. He had after yesterday's win, I said if he won 3 more, then he would surpass the old great Kyle Busch. Somebody I hate. And I love his teammates. Well, 2 teammates that I enjoy watching race. I wish they would get on another. I wish their team would join up with another automaker. Just don't like Toyotas. I don't like Toyotas. I'm sorry for that. I just don't like them. Because they follow a team that has a driver thinks he's God's gift to the racetrack. But if Harvick can win, he's now got 1. If he can win 2 more, he will surpass him. He's got to win 2 more, I think. No, he's got to win 3. Now he's actually got to win 3 to surpass his wins. So, this is just career cup wins. This ain't all-time wins. This is career wins in the thing. So, but I'm getting off the subject again. I'm a little bit longer than what I'm usually is, but just like I said, I appreciate you watching. I love you. Be safe. Be well. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's staying safe. Be well. I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Thank you.